I wanted to show off my favorite form of dice divination. Now, dice divination or cleromancy is a very ancient art. We know that it was used in Christian times, and it was a common practice in Roman society. And going back thousands of years, we have evidence of this form of divination being used, and yet today it is sort of less popular than runes and tarot cards and so on. Now, modern dice divination usually use D6 or 6-sided dice, but the method I usually use uses 10-sided. That's why we have this box here, which has my favorite 10-sided dice set. Now, this of course isn't an ancient method of dice divination, it's actually one that I have invented myself. The most ancient forms of dice divination used bone dice, which were more similar to the D4s that are used in role-playing games than anything else. So, yes, but this is a method that works for me, and the reason why I use 10-sided die is because I like to combine dice divination with simple numerology. So, the first thing I do, see, I really like this dice set, it's like in a coffin. Very nice. The first thing I do is that I think of the question I'm gonna ask, and I choose the number of die that I roll according to that question. So, let's say I want to know how my YouTube channel is going to fare over the next few months. Now, there are several elements that in there. It is the past of the channel, it is me doing a good job or not, and finding some interesting topics to talk about, and it is luck based. So, because of the luck base, I think I will go with 7 dice. So I just take those out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And let me just take the box and place it to the side so I have room to roll the dice. Now, what I do is that I take the dice in my hand and I concentrate on my question. And then when I have concentrated on it and contemplated on it, I ask either internally or ask the die in a physical voice, and I say, how will my YouTube channel fare over the next 2 months? And I focus on that question, and I roll the dice. Now, here, and I just put the die up like this. And I add them up so that I have a 1, another 1, a 10, a 1, a 9, a 6, and a 9. So with very simple numerology, you just first add all the numbers up. So 1, 2, 12, 11, 20, 26, and 35. Now I have a 35. But in numerology, the end result should always be 1 to 9. So 35 then is 8. So my die here then means 8. My answer is 8. So then I have to see what 8 means in numerology. And 8 is a very complex number. It is a number that means fate. It means important things are gonna happen. But it also means very difficult times. And it can be a negative number, but it can be a number also of great growth. So what I personally would get out of that is that I think that some important change will happen to my YouTube channel over the next few months. And at first I don't think that change will seem positive. It will seem like a huge setback. It can be, it's very difficult to know exactly what it would be, but it would be something that when it's been given a bit of time, it will turn into something positive. So that my channel will come off better than it was before, but at times it will seem a bit bleak. That would be my interpretation. Now, of course, this was a very quick divination, and normally I would sit down and use more time for it. And it's important to bring your intuition into it, because what the divination tools say is one thing, but the really, really important thing is what you feel. What your instincts say, because these dice, just like with tarot cards and everything, that's just tools. The power of divination comes from you. But yes, this is a very simple and easy way to use dice in divination. Just 10 set the die, choose the number of die according to the numerological meaning that would be closest to your question, roll them, add them up, and use numerology to get an answer. Now, to make this a bit more, to get more feel with it, I could recommend putting up an altar cloth, lighting some incense or some candles, perhaps adding some crystals like amethyst and rose quartz, which are very good for divination. Some topaz is also good, dark blue topaz. And I can also recommend using this method in addition to other divinations. Like, for example, you wonder what a particular card in a tarot divination means. You can do this quick and easy method to get clarification on that. Now, when I'm done with my divination, I like to gather the die up and I say, thank you. I think it's very important to thank your divination tools. For by that you thank the tools and the energies in them, but you also thank yourself and your own psychic gifts. So thank you. Then I always replace them in the box. Because while I am not the most tidy of persons that you might have seen when videos show my home, and which some people that like to troll on the internet has pointed out I'm not the best housekeeper. I am trying to be tidy about my ritual tools. So I replaced them in the box. Anyway, that was just a little quick video about a simple dice divination method. I hope you enjoyed it, and blessed be.